versus FEU. Later on, semifinals between NU Bulldogs and Perpetual Altas, as well as the Ateneo Blue Eagles and UST Growling Tigers. Hello everybody! This is your Vili Collegiate Challenge Men's Division. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera. De La Salle versus FEU. Both lost in the quarters. We know that. Pero they'll be using this game as a measuring stick. Ano ba yung strengths nila? Their weaknesses and the areas of improvement.
Well, I think both teams, magaling silang kumapit with the score and they don't like to be trailed behind with a far lead, no?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a very exciting game as well, but magkakatalo tayo kasi we have players on LaSalle's team that are not present right now, and that's Noel Campton. That's one of their main go-to attackers for LaSalle. And meanwhile, FEU still has a complete set of first six with them.
De La Salle University denied by Ateneo in 3 sets during the quarterfinals. What is the expectation now? Although JM Ronquillo, one of their brightest players noong laro na yan, had 18 points with 2 blocks. Pero sabi mo nga, Noel Campton, not on this particular game. Paano mangyayari sa De La Salle ngayon?
Well, it seems that LaSalle actually has a very scattered naman na attackers on their side. So his setter, Poquita, still has a lot of options for him. So aside from Ronquillo, who scored 18 points last game, he still has Espejo, Rodriguez, Del Pilar, and Maglino, and De Jesus on his side. So let's see how they will step up for LaSalle during this game.
Para naman sa FEU, a heartbreak loss against UST in 5 sets. Pero Mark Calado still had 27 points para dyan sa laro na yan. Although, para sa side ng kanilang setter, Ariel Cacao seems to have lost composure in the tail end of that game.
Well, that's a very crucial part, especially kung ikaw yung setter, ikaw yung go-to eh. Ikaw lang yung nag-iisang setter sa loob ng court. So, it's very important for you to maintain your composure na kahit lahat nagkakagulo na. Dapat ikaw pa din, you're standing tall and like strong in the court.
In this particular game, FEU seems to have a complete set of lineup. At will it work in their favor in this particular game? Again, we will know when we come back. Kasi pagbalik po natin, it's going to be a battle between the Green Spikers and the Tamaraos. Meanwhile, enjoyin po muna natin ang ating mga merienda. Pagbalik natin, labanan na ng De La Salle and FEU. This is your Vili.
Presenting officials for this match. First referee is Mr. Giovanni Paulo Vargas, International Referee Candidate. Our second referee is Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. Let's call on the Green Spikers from the De La Salle University. Outside spiker number 1, J.M. Ronquillo. Opposite spiker number 5, Von Marata. Starting setter is number 7, Simon Encarnacion. Middle blocker number 11, J.J. Rodriguez. Middle blocker number 13, Nat Del Pilar. And outside spiker number 18, Jules De Jesus. Their starting libero is number 6, Maynard Guerrero. Coaching De La Salle for this game is Aaron Velez. And now the starting Tamaraus from the Far Eastern University. Middle blocker number 1, Harold Domingo. Starting setter number 3, Ariel Cacao. Outside spiker team captain number 6, Mark Calado. Outside spiker number 7, JJ Havelona. Opposite spiker number 9, Drix Saavedra. And their middle blocker number 17 or number 16, Jepoy Abunyawad. Their starting libero number 4, Bryce De Guzman. Coaching FEU for this game is Ed Orculio.
De La Salle starting lineup: Simon Encarnacion, Jules De Jesus, Von Marata, Del Pilar, Rodriguez, Ronquillo, and Maynard Guerrero. A lot of new faces para sa koponan ni Coach Aaron Velez, and we will know that later on from Megan pag nag-report na siya. For FEU naman, Ariel Cacao, Mark Calado, JJ Havelona, Saavedra, Domingo, Jeff Abunyawan, and Bryce De Guzman, the usual para sa koponan ni Coach Edison Orculio. This is your V-League Men's Division pa rin tayo, classification match between these two teams. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera as we bring you action here from the Paco Arena. Ana, kanina hindi natin na-predict yung outcome ng unang laro. Etong laro na ito kaya mapipredict natin.
Ayoko na lang magsalita ng tapos, Nori. Para giving each team the benefit of the doubt.
Tama yun. Meanwhile, first blood is being drawn here by De La Salle Green Spikers. Pero face value, Ana, no, as we look at the lineups here for these two squads today, it seems to me that FEU has a complete set of players. Ito namang De La Salle, medyo, ito yung kanilang, shall we say, support 6 or support lineup.
Yes, although I think there's one player from the first 6 who is not inside, and that's Sabanal. But I think we'll find out more about him later with Megan's reports for us.
Oo, syempre nandyan pa rin yung highest scorer ng De La Salle na si J.M. Ronquillo, who had 18 points and 2 blocks noong nakaraang laro. Meanwhile, that attack there by Jules De Jesus sailed out in favor of FEU. So 2 serving 1 na tayo, and serving is Ariel Cacao, who we spoke about also in our pregame. Kasi Ariel Cacao, a very steady setter para dito sa FEU. Pero dun sa kanilang quarters match against UST, mukhang nawala sa rhythm yung kanyang laro.
Yes, siguro nerves din talaga kasi medyo bago din yung mga bata pa yung mga players, and hindi naman may iwasan yun, especially with 5 setters dahil napaka nail biter talaga ng mga 5 setters, diba? Very pressure yun sa kanila. But let's see if na-overcome na ba niya yung pressure na yun with that quick set right there.
Parang pinaringgan natin, pinakitaan naman tayo.
Yun yung gusto natin, yung palaban.
Tama yun, tama yun.
And he's actually the 7th best setter for the league.
Which is quite a feat para dito kay Ariel Cacao. Meanwhile, Mark Calado committing a rare error para dito sa main man ng FEU, the captain.
The captain, and he scored 27 points last game.
Grabe yung 27 points na yun, Ana.
Parang isang buong set na yun, siya lang yung pumalo, di ba? More than pa nga.
Kakao, meanwhile, to Saavedra off the block point para sa FEU.
That was a strong and smart move on his part.
And this is the kind of performance we're looking at early on para dito kay Ariel Kakao. And again, he normally does that. And again, FEU will hope that this is going to be a consistent effort para sa kanya. Meanwhile, atake ng De La Salle. Covered well by FEU from the back. Calado, what a spike!
What a guy! Nakita mo ba yung buwelo niya doon? Tignan natin from the back row, yung landing nasa front row na, nasa net na.
Nakadungaw na sa net eh.
Kaya wala palang tao. Make way for Calado.
Service naman ngayon para kay Abunyawan. The quick attack, foiled there.
That was an overset coming from LaSalle center, Pokita.
Lucky break for them.
Yes, kaya lang lahawakan ng blockers ng FEU.
Oo,
Ni
akala ko
Saavedra.
mabablock nga ng FEU yun eh.
Kaya lang medyo kinapos siya. But lucky break on LaSalle side.
4 serving 5. That's an ace. JM Ronquillo from Batangas acing that. Ties the game at 5.
Ronquillo has actually been very consistent for LaSalle as well as Noel Campton, no? So, Ronquillo is ranking 10th in the best scorer for the league.
Back set to Saavedra off the block point again. Second consecutive na atake na ginawa ni Saavedra right from the same spot and gets the same result.
He knows that position so well.
How difficult is it to guard a lefty?
I actually think it's very hard kasi especially if you don't study your opponents beforehand kasi malilito ka talaga. Tsaka yung timing, kailangan mong basahin yung timing tsaka kung saan yung kamay niya pala bubuelo. But let's look at that open spike.
JJ Havilona from Ariel Kakao again. So Kakao providing his team early on a variety of sets, making sure na mag-init yung kanyang mga spikers. And that is another ace for FEU. And that brings us to the first technical timeout of the game. FEU 8, De La Salle 5.
Welcome back to the V-League 2022 Collegiate Challenge. This is where it all started. Ako po si Megan Cabrera, courtside reporter for this matchup between the Archers and the Tamaraos. And for this game, Coach Ed Orculio will be manning the sidelines for the FEU squad as head coach Ray Diaz is on duty for the beach volleyball team. But after a heartbreaking loss against the Tigers, Coach says that he is ready to step up to this challenge and that the team is also ready to bring it on the court. Now, 2 middle blockers are absent today due to injury. That's A. Aldovina and Ray Sabanal. And Coach admits, naninipis sila in terms of rotation. But dinaan naman nila ito sa disiplina ng paghahanda. Ika nga niya, bago pa lang matulog kagabi ay nag-aanda na sila, which is for him the only way they can be truly ready. Now for this game, Coach does not have a place for complacency. He wants the sense of urgency from the boys to be able to come out with a win. Nori and Anna?
Megan, salamat sa report na yan. Totoo naman yun eh. Whenever your star, or in this case, Coach Ray is not here, definitely the assistant coach will step up to the plate. And kahit naman whether coach yan or player yan, Ana, di ba, you just don't know when it's gonna happen. And when that opportunity happens, you have to take advantage of it.
That's true. Like, you always have to be prepared for any situation and not depend your game on any other person but yourself. I mean, for sure, for teamwork, kailangan mo din yun. Pero kailangan consistent ka din talaga as you are.
Meanwhile, another service error coming from the FEU side. And that brings the lead of FEU down to just 2 points. JJ Rodriguez now from Tabaco Albay. Kakao, the back set. Saavedra again. Will it be saved? Yes, it will. Free ball. Cacao to Calado. Good defense by De La Salle. Oh, what a drop. What a witty move there by Ariel Cacao, confusing everybody.
Especially me as well, no? Nobody expected that. Wow, that was such a great setup for his teammates, and he saw the opportunity and dinunk na lang niya sa gitna. Executed perfectly.
Harold Domingo, meanwhile, Encarnacion to Del Pilar. Back set, Saavedra again, strong. Too strong this time. Oh, may check ball tayo. So the point will go to FEU. So Saavedra talagang gumagana in this early part of the game, Ana.
Yes, warm up pa lang kasi kanina, kitang-kita na natin, tinatamaan kaming mga nasa courtside, no? Very intense.
Oo.
Prepared na prepared talaga sila kahit wala yung coach nila.
Meanwhile, galing sa likod, rejected there by Mark Calado. So the team captain early on in this game showing what he can do. Timeout tayo. Let's listen in. De La Salle squad.
Kailangan tayo ng clear attack. Wala pa tayong malinis na atake. So yun talaga yan. Ngayon, isa-isayin lang natin. Kailangan maging malinaw yung timing nila. Ikaw magpiseset ng rhythm dyan. Okay? Nakakapwesto naman. May pasa. Ngayon, pangalawa, kailangan tiyagain natin yung block. So far, napansin nyo kung nasaan ang libero, hindi dun pumapalo. So kailangan magsipag talaga yung block. At least makatouch tayo. Okay? Let's go, let's go. Pick up lang.
Ano mo?
Looks like Coach Arnold, or I mean Coach Jose Roque, has a lot of pointers for his team. From the receive, okay naman daw yung receive nila, but the setter has to set the rhythm, and he gave that task to Poquita to have that play going for them.
Tama din yung observation, no? Na wala pang malinis talaga na atake itong De La Salle. Meanwhile, itong FEU naman feeding off the great play na pinapakita ni Ariel Cacao. Good rally we have here. Encarnacion, broken play again. Quick attack. Good save by De La Salle. Unfortunately, Von Marata failing to have the ball cross.
Medyo pilit na yung body positioning niya doon. Dapat he could have made it a free ball instead to keep the rally going.
Oh, nagkagulatan na sila because of that broken play. Meanwhile, FEU, Harold Domingo, service error. So De La Salle in this early part of the game are feeding off the errors naman galing sa FEU.
Yes, but we as players we can't depend on unforced errors for our scores. Kasi we need to make that attack kasi yun yung clean attack na kailangan natin to gain momentum for our teammates.
The setter for today in place of Jean Poquita, Simon Encarnacion. Oh, what a spike there. Mark Calado, that running attack.
Team captain showing off. Look at that patong 4 play.
Oh, akala ko running attack. He just jumped off his 2 feet.
Yes, that's 4 coming from the dos position.
Del Pilar naman ngayon, babawiin yung quick attack na yon, scoring for De La Salle.
Now we're finally seeing a clean spike for La Salle. Let's see if they can maintain it all throughout.
Jules De Jesus, outside hitter from Santa Maria, Bulacan, will be serving. The quick there, recovered well by De La Salle. Von Marata, tinawid. Cacao, Avelona from the back. The lefty decides to drop it. Good recovery by the libero in the Guzman. Saavedra off the hands of the blockers. Quite a rally. Good recovery still. Avelona, ganda ng nilalaro ng dalawang kupunan na to as they rally. And ending that is J.M. Ronquillo.
And they go to their go-to spiker for that kill.
J.M. Ronquillo, dinirekta yung atake na yun towards zone 6.
Sabi niya, tama na tong rally-rally na to.
De Jesus again, the service. 4 na lamang. Oh, combo play. Beautiful. Calado converts.
That was a great combination play. Kahit ako hindi ko yun makikita. It looked like a double quick attack na patong.
And very interesting on how Ariel Cacao has tried to somehow, siguro pinag-practice niya, pinanood niya yung laro niya noong nakaraan. And this time, ang ganda ng pinapakita niya in this early part of the game. Off the block point para kay Von Marata for De La Salle. Cuts the lead again to just 4 points.
I agree with you there, Nori. I think FEU's setter has been making up for that loss for last games against UST. But the question is if he can keep it up till the end of the match.
And Von Marata taking advantage of that over-receive. Si Von Marata, he's not a guy who plays a lot para dito sa De La Salle squad. But now that he is on the court, he is proving his worth.
And that's what we want. Coming off the bench, you always have to prove yourself with that little playtime that you have. And that's what he's showing us. Now, if given the chance, I will perform.
Oh, kailangan, kadalasan, Ana, every player has their good side. Meanwhile, balikan natin yung kwentuhan na yan. Technical timeout muna tayo. FEU 16, De La Salle 12. This is still your V-League Collegiate Challenge Men's Division classification match between De La Salle and FEU. FEU, lamang ng 4, 16-12. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera as we bring you the second game for today's quadruple header. Ana, babalikan ko lang yung kwentuhan natin, yung kanina before magkaroon ng technical timeout. Meanwhile, nagulat ako dun sa service na yun. Service error na commit right after that technical timeout ng De La Salle, or rather ng FEU, gifting De La Salle another point, 13 serving 16. Ano na nga ba yung sinasabi ko kanina? Babalikan ko yan mamaya pag naalala ko.
I'll be here.
Ronquillo with the service. Saavedra, the lefty.
Wow.
As De La Salle tried to save it, credit the effort of Von Marata.
I still get very amazed when somebody tries to do that. Kasi mahirap din yun, itatawirin mo talaga yung kabilang court, di ba?
Castañeda papasok, lalabas muna si Saavedra and Cacao. Sabado, papasok din para sa kupunan ni Coach Edison Orculio. So the double sub para sa FEU.
Let's see what they can bring into the table as our main setter, Cacao, goes out. Kasi we've been mentioning that he's been doing well, for the team with the distribution and the place.
And let's see how Dom Castañeda will try to fill in the shoes in this early part of the game as he will be serving. And point para dito sa FEU, extends the lead to 5, 18-13.
That set was too tight to the net. Hindi na nagawa ng paraan ni
Von Marata.
yes.
Dom Castañeda from Mandaluyong City. Encarnacion confuses everybody this time.
Welcome to the party, Encarnacion.
Ginaya niya yung ginawa ni Ariel Cacao kanina. So Encarnacion, having set the mind of many of his opponents, bigla niyang binatuhan ng drop ball lahat sila.
Yes, especially when he's been having oversets kanina, binawi niya naman with a point.
Von Marata meanwhile, service ace. Mark Calado, hindi maganda yung pagkaka-receive doon sa service na yon. Cuts the lead to 3. 15 serving 18.
I think he's been targeted by Lasal. Especially siya talaga yung main go-to spiker, no? Kailangan pagurin.
Kanina sabi natin, how will Castañeda perform? Binigyan niya tayo ng napakagandang set para sa isang running attack ni JJ Havilona. 19-15.
Looks like everybody is working for the Tamaraw Spikers.
Franz Lacaza from Placer Masbate. First
Magandang
service.
gising.
Magandang gising. Quick attack there. Good recovery by Lacaza. That drop finds that middle. This is Mark Vergel Sabado.
Kitang-kita niya yung butas ng Lasal and very smart move.
Timeout De La Salle. Let's listen into their huddle.
Nakaka-establish tayo ng block. Matataasin yung block natin. Good. Ngayon, exercise natin, yung floor defense, nakikita niyo yung gap. However, hindi tayo magkaroon ng transition kasi minamadali natin. Diba? Saan ang strength naman nito? Kapag nakapwesto si Simon, na isi-set niya. So ano yung first ball dapat sa defense? Taasan natin yung bola. Pero pag free ball, kailangan makapwesto ang setter para ma-activate ang quick. Okay? Force nila talaga. Kailangan natin maging matyaga. Magbilang tayo kasi mataas ang mga reach nila sa spike. So kailangan timing sa block. Let's go, let's go! Let's go!
Coach Aaron Velos, very kalmado yung pag pag coach niya sa team niya, and he goes play by play kung ano yung mga kailangan ni improve, which is their setting and their receiving. So he did commend na magaganda talaga yung blocks nila, na nababasa nila yung spikers ng FEU. However, pag lumagpas na yung bola sa blockers, doon na nagkakaproblema.
Marata, napakalakas ng tira ni Marata na yon. Sailed out in favor of FEU. Probably went too excited for that particular kill.
Mahirap yun kapag gigil ka talaga.
Right after that timeout, committed an error. Something that the coaches don't want to happen. Encarnacion to De Jesus, hitting the face of number 10, Jesus Panak.
What a power attack! Coming from a really thin frame of a guy, no? Sobrang powerful nun.
JJ Rodriguez, meanwhile, will be serving. Castañeda, back set. Mukhang hindi na pag-usapan, pero lucky break for the Tamaraws as Rakasa finds that donut hole in the middle. Look at the replay again. For some reason, parang nakakita ng something yung, yung mga taga De La Salle at bigla silang tumigil sa gitna eh.
Yan yung iniiwasan din natin. And on the libero side of Lasal, he has to take control. And another drop ball from Encarnacion. That's the second.
Oo.
Yes, for the set.
17-22.
Sabi niya kung di papalo yung mga spiker ko, ako na lang
Siya na lang magdadala ng lahat eh, no?
taking control.
Tama. Castañeda again to Calado against the blockers.
If you saw that spike, hindi siya very powerful, no? Pero nakita niya na yung opportunity, i-check out na lang yung bola.
Hindi powerful pero accurate yung
Yes,
atake.
precise.
Yun. Lalim ng precise, ha?
Precision.
JM Ronquillo, meanwhile, for the Green Spikers, hitting zone 1 that time. Cuts the lead again to 5. The Green Spikers, although nakikita natin in this early part of the game, the harmony somehow isn't there yet. Kasi nga itong lineup na to, this is not their usual lineup. Calado drops it. Good save from De La Salle. Quick attack. Abunyawan scores. Set point para sa FEU. 24 serving 18. So there's a lot of changes for the Tamaraws. Calado lalabas. Codilla pinasok muna ni Coach Edison Orculio.
Looks like everybody has their chance to play today. First set pa lang, lahat na ipasok na ni Coach.
O kagaya nga ng binanggit natin in the pregame, they'll probably use this game to check what their strengths are, weaknesses, and areas of improvement on both sides of the court here. Encarnacion, medyo hindi nagkaintindihan doon. Castañeda to Racaza, blocked by Del Pilar.
Let's look at that replay. Racaza was blocked.
So Del Pilar doing what he can para sa Green Spikers. Attacking, defending. And now he's going to be serving 19-24. Medyo malakas ang palo na yon ni Mark Sabado and that will sail out. De La Salle dumikit muli. 4 points na lang ang hinahabol sa set 1.
Let's see if La Salle can actually catch up with that set point for FEU.
Castañeda, that single-handed drain up na lang yon. Encarnacion, broken play. Castañeda again to Racaza, attacking strong and scoring, sealing set number 1 for the Tamaraws as we take a look at this replay. Against 2 blockers and that backline defense, wala na rin nagawa.
Lusot sa gitna.
Lusot na lusot yan. Pagbalik po natin, set number 2. This is your V-League. De La Salle lost set number 1 to FEU, 25 ang FEU, 20 sa kanila. As we take a look at the highlights dun sa set number 1, Ana, what do we say about this?
Everybody in FEU, parang mainit pa, fresh pa yung warm-up nila. And they were performing. Everybody was scoring. I couldn't even keep track. Meanwhile, on the La Salle side, I think they still need to improve on their defense para makaset up sila ng magandang atake.
And I think just to add on, before that, stats muna tayo ng set 1.
So for FEU, we have 18 attacks and DLSU has 11. We have 2 blocks for La Salle and 0 for FEU. 2 aces for La Salle and 1 for FEU. 5 opponents' errors for La Salle and 6 for FEU. So, lamang talaga yung La Salle sa block as their coach commended, but lamang pa rin sa atake yung FEU.
So credit to the wonderful, well-executed sets na pinapakita sa atin sa set 1 ni Ariel Cacaos. They had that huge advantage dun sa attacks na yan. Meanwhile, as I've said, just to continue with that train of thought, I think what De La Salle needs from this point on is how can they gel quickly as a team, given that wala yung, as reported, wala yung dalawang player nila in Noel Campton and Vince Maglinaw.
Well, that's for them to figure out, no? Because you really need to watch out for your teammate. Kailangan mo talagang magkaamuyan inside the court.
Drawing first blood, De La Salle in this set number 2. Kakao again, quick attack there. Abunyawan.
What a great setup. I really wonder if they could sustain this level of their speed
So
sa
high, no?
loob. Oo.
Very high intensity, high level of play. Encarnacion defended well again. Abunyawan.
That was a single block. Single quick block pa.
Maganda sana din yung set na ginawa ni Encarnacion on that sequence. 2 serving 1, Mark Calado from Bolinao, Pangasinan. Nakita mo yung service na yun, Ana?
Parang palo lang na backline. At binalikan.
Binalikan sila ni De Jesus. Kaya rin niya.
Yes, he's been very feisty in this game.
That's right.
And he really rejoices.
Jules De Jesus, knowing where to put that ball.
Take advantage of that no blocker.
Back set, Saavedra. Good defense by De La Salle. Lumabas nga lang ang bola. Sayang, no? Yun yung mga sayang na depensa, Ana, no? Pag dumipensa at lumalabas lang.
Yes, but as a blocker, meron din yung techniques na, alam mo yun, kailangan ipasok sa loob. But if the spike is too strong, ano ba talaga yung magagawa mo?
Another miscommunication from the side of the Green Spikers between Ronquillo and Sumalinog. Nasa harap nila, Ana, yung bola.
That's a no-no.
Sa harapan nila. Jepoy Abunyawan from Candelaria National High School. Encarnacion to Ronquillo off the block.
Ang ganda ng pihit na yun. Ang hirap nun kasi nakaharap na siya dun sa cross court. Tapos pinihit pa niya ng malala papunta sa down the line. But effective naman.
JM Ronquillo from Batangas will be serving. Kakao. It's hard to keep track in this kind of play na ginagawa ng FEU.
Unstoppable. Yan yung running na tinutukoy mo. Coming
Oo.
from the open spot, tinakbo niya talaga. Takbo talaga papunta dun sa short running na yun.
Oh, JJ Havilona that time. Ito naman sa Saavedra serving. Encarnacion to De Jesus. Decides to drop. Good coverage there by Tamaraos. Calado the attack. Yung tapik ni Encarnacion, malakas. Another point for FEU.
That was his signature move during the first set, but it looks like sumobra lang sa net.
We are still here at the Paco Arena. Would like to invite everybody who are watching on the stream, if you have time or if you are within the vicinity of the area, to come visit us at Paco Arena and experience the games live. Ibang klase, Ana, no? When you're watching it live, na gantong kalapit yung vantage point natin, we can hear everything, we can see everything.
At nafe-feel din natin yung talsik ng mga pawis, di ba? Lahat ng experience very 4D.
Oo. Kakao meanwhile to Calado from the back row.
Wow, Calado is unstoppable even with that triple block. He still managed to make a point. Amazing.
7 serving 4. JJ Havilona will be serving now para sa kanyang koponan. Encarnacion again. Naging kaibigan ng net that time ni Andre Espejo. As we take a look at this replay, muntik mabitin pero pinagbigyan ng ating net.
He was on God's lucky side today. Napalakas yung dasal niya kay Lord.
And again, Kakao outwitting everybody with that quick drop, finding the middle.
What's nice about Kakao's play is that He gives everybody the ball and himself.
Technical timeout muna tayo. FEU 8, De La Salle 5. As we get back into the game, pakinggan muna natin ang report ni Megan Cabrera. Megan, what do you have?
Nori, tulad nga ng nabanggit nyo kanina, the Tamaraws aren't the only ones filling in gaps. Coach Aaron Velez is now the commander-in-chief for the Archers in this game today in the absence of head coach Arnold Lanyog. And at the same time, the Archers are also missing the services of team captain Vince Maglinaw and one of their main attackers, Noel Campton, due to the beach volleyball tilt. At ramdam nila ito nung first set. But coach says this also gives a chance to the other players to be ready for their moment. Ito ang pagkakataon nilang ipakita ang patuloy nilang pinaghihirapan, enjoyin ang laro, and as per coach, to play with life. But aside from the game itself, one thing Coach Aaron wants to work for the boys is that winning attitude that he hopes would drive them in the coming sets. Nori and Anna?
Megan, salamat ng marami. And true, indeed, De La Salle missing the services of their two main mans, Captain Vince Maglinaw and their best scorer, Noel Campton. Obvious naman Ana. We don't have to be rocket scientists to know that. Obvious na obvious in the way that the Green Spikers are playing right now, as somehow Rodriguez gives them a glimpse of brightness. Pero tama this is a chance for the others to shine.
Yes, and I'd like to commend Jules De Jesus. No? He's been showing really good performances, really good attacks for and replacement of the absence of his teammates, Noel Campton.
Meanwhile, Mark Calado, napalakas yung kanyang atake doon, gifting De La Salle another point.
Now we have 8-8. The score is 8-8.
Now we're looking at the official scorecard right now. De La Salle 7, FEU 9. And that service will sail out. The score is 10 FEU, 7 De La Salle. So in this set number 2, I mean, we've seen it in the first game. Ito, kanina tinitignan natin, it's gonna be a long game. It's gonna be an extended game. Pero it seems to me that FEU somehow has the better execution in terms of their offense-defense. So it's up to De La Salle now to make some adjustments.
Yes, that's true. And ang ganda talaga ng pinapakita ng FEU with regards to their attacks, their defense, and their blocking. But although La Salle has been showing us really good blocks.
That set by Cacao, that attack by Calado. Good save by the Green Spikers. Ariel to Abunyawan. Abunyawan is capitalizing on this quick sets. Quick attacks.
Yung tindig niya doon nakatayo lang pero surprising pala. Very explosive approach.
Balik sa tatlo kalamangan ng FEU. Mark Calado the service. Former MVP and first best outside hitter ng PNVF, Team Dasma. Calado, good save. Javelona. And what a surprise as no one from De La Salle except for Sumalinog tried to save that. Take a look at this replay.
Ang ganda ng execution na yon na galing pa sa outside na ng court yung offset. Pero ginawan lang ng paraan ni Javelona, sinut lang niya.
Lucky break for him that time. Encarnacion meanwhile to De Jesus. Good defense by the Tamaraws. Saavedra again. Encarnacion to Ronquillo. Good defense by the Tamaraws. Meanwhile, hindi. Lumabas yung block na yon.
It was outside.
Yeah, good break for De La Salle.
Nakita nyo ba dun si FEU's libero, Banak, still tried to get it. Ang bilis niya.
9 serving 12. De La Salle trying their very best in making this a ball game. That combination quick. Good defense by De La Salle. This time the Tamaraws, the dual blockers worked for Coach Eddie's.
Favorite ko na. Ito na yung bago kong favorite play ngayon, no, by Kakao. It's the quick patong quick. So, quick yung play.
Bihira yun eh. No? Normally the combination play, matataas yung talon talaga eh.
Yes, it's a bit higher.
Pero I find this more complicated kasi ang bilis eh.
That also means that he has good defense talaga. And I think FEU is one of the best diggers in this league. Oh, I stand corrected. They're actually one of the last placing, pero ang ganda ng pinapakita nila ngayon.
Maganda yung gising ng FEU in this today on this particular match. Meanwhile, 11 serving 13, bumaba ang kalamangan sa 2 na lamang ng FEU. Ronquillo, the service, that's too strong. Palit tayo ng tao. De Guzman will be out. Banak is in for FEU.
I stand corrected kanina, no, na FEU is actually one of the last in terms of back row defense, pero they're showing great performance today. Very effortless for their setter kasi saktong-sakto yung mga digs nila.
Samantala, si Havelona kanina scoring off the block. And Saavedra will be serving para sa kanyang koponan. This time a service error. So medyo may errors, rare somehow I would say, as hindi naman madalas. But that's something that both teams would have to correct as we progress in the game. De Jesus the service. Kakao oversets.
That was too strong. He tried to shoot it to the B's, be quick. Kaya lang sumobra, hindi naabot ni Domingo.
Yan, bihirang-bihirang in this game, bihirang-bihira natin magkamala si Ariel. Pero that very sequence. And what a good tap. Del Pilar recognizing that there is an over-receive. Taps the ball, finds an empty space.
And it looks like DLSU is taking advantage of the errors ng FEU. So, FEU has to watch out for that.
Joust sa the net. Kanino mapupunta ang puntos? It will go to the side of the Green Spikers. And we are now tied at 15 in set number 2.
That was so quick kanina. Ang laki ng lamang nila. Ngayon, nahabol na.
Oh, ang gandang sequence nito para sa Green Spikers. And we just hope that they can continue itong magandang pinapakita nila dito sa second set.
Kudos
Ariel
to Lasal.
to Calado from the back. Encarnacion, Ronquillo, free ball tayo. Over receive again. And the Green Spikers, Espejo capitalizing. And that will send us to the second technical timeout of this set. Lamang po ang De La Salle ng isa, 16-15. Still at the V-League Collegiate Challenge, FEU took first set. At itong second set natin, De La Salle lamang ng isa, 16-15. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera as we bring you the action from the Paco Arena. This is the second game of today's quadruple header classification match ito nitong dalawang kuponan De La Salle in white and green, and FEU in green and gold. De Jesus will be serving.
Sabi
Short.
nga nila, the grass is greener on the other side.
Greener sa FEU. On this particular occasion, ha? Baka sabihin sa atin ng mga naka-green, mas green to. Hindi. Dito sa game na to, mas lamang ang green ng FEU. JJ Javelona serving. Encarnacion decides to drop. Good coverage by Calado. Espejo the attack. Cacao to Mark Calado. Strong. Espejo again. And Banak failing to cover that attack.
He was too far behind.
Konti lang no? Parang 1 foot lang yun
1 foot pero ang laking difference, di ba?
Del Pilar the service. Calado again decides to drop, finding the middle.
And they go to their very reliable spiker for that point.
Tied at 17 in this second set. Tila ba nabuhayan ng De La Salle? They probably have made the adjustments that they needed, and that the game is really tight in second set. Ronquillo outwitting the defenders of the Tamaraws that time.
Kita din niya yung butas ng FEU in that middle spot.
The Tamaraws have prepared for a strong attack no?
Yes, I think labanan din talaga kasi ng diskarte yan.
The lefty Saavedra cannot be denied.
I love the energy that both of these teams are bringing to the table. Walang gustong magpatalo.
Tied at 18. Ariel, the service. Espejo to Ronquillo. Cacao. Saavedra again. Good rejection by De La Salle. Javelona, another good block there from the Green Spikers. Calado the save. Encarnacion, nabitin yung pasa niya.
Masyadong napilit yung quick set na yun.
Rodriguez, alam na niyang bitin yung pagkakaset sa kanya ni Encarnacion. Nevertheless, it was a really good rally from both squads.
I was on my toes.
Ariel. Encarnacion to Ronquillo. Drops. Good save there by Cacao. Pumasok yung palo ni JJ Javelona and they extend the lead to 2 points. Timeout muna tayo, De La Salle. Let's listen in.
Hindi natin kailangan yan. Ang sinasabi ko sa'yo ito. Tumitigil ba tayo? Hindi. Tumitigil. Gumana tayo kanina kasi yung hard work natin nandoon. Hanggat di pumipito ang referee, hindi kayo pwedeng umasa sa gagawin ng kalaban. Kailangan pinaghihirapan natin. Nakita mo yung isang sabi ko nga, magsimula tayo sa play sa gitna. Tapos, bubuka. Diba? Maganda yung sundot-sundot yan nga lang ang time nila yun. Recover tayo agad. Go.
Coach Aaron Velos emphasizing that their hard work was working in the first few points of the set. Kaya lang bumabalik sila sa sakit nila ng first set, which was nagtititigan sila inside the court. And we're trying to avoid that para makahabol sila with FEU.
20 serving 18, the Tamaraws up by 2 in this tail end of set number 2. Cacao the service. Encarnacion back set to Espejo. Good rejection by Calado.
Ang bilis ng mga pangyayari. Kinover na niya yung sarili niya dun, no?
21-18, Ana.
Solid block by Calado.
Ariel, matagal na yan dyan sa service area. Encarnacion, overset. Point will go to FEU. Apat na ulit ang kalamangan ng Tamaraws as they're feeding off the errors from the Green Spikers as well.
And that's what Coach Aaron is actually trying to avoid. We have a timeout for DLSU again.
Para matandaan nyo, last part na. the more dapat mas maging detalyado tayo. Nag-work tayo kanina dun sa second phase ng rally kasi nagtyaga tayo sa serve, sa block. Ngayon, dapat dito sa last part, dapat mas puliduhin natin yung pasa yung set. Nangyayari sa atin, nagmamadali tayo. Tinanong ko kayo, nag-i-enjoy tayo? Yes, nag-i-enjoy tayo. Pero, kailangan doble sipag tayo sa pasa setup. Kasi labanan to ng atake. So, kailangan natin ngayon, hindi na tayo puro defense. Let's go!
Ano mo?
Alright, Coach Aaron Velez was emphasizing na nasa dulo na tayo. Kailangan ng doble sipag at labanan natin yung atake nila dahil labanan na daw to ng atake for both teams.
It's so nice to hear somebody talk about, not just the technicals of a game, but rather the way he encourages everybody to perform, to do their thing. Iba din, no? Iba din yung impact na yon para sa mga players.
Because I believe that the skills are supposed to be corrected in training talaga. Kasi paulit-ulit na yun, di ba? So, during the game, it's really a battle of mental toughness as well.
Espejo, the service. Kakao, binatak pa niya yun. Calado. De Jesus. Good rejection by Tamaraos. Unfortunately, that rejection will go out in favor of De La Salle. Dalawa na lamang hinahabol nila. 20 serving 22.
What a strong spike from De Jesus. Yung check-out niya nandun sa kabilang side ng court.
Andre Espejo. Ariel to Saavedra. That is gonna go in for the Tamaraos. So Saavedra, whether nasa opposite or nandito sa side ng outside, continues to provide the much-needed score para sa kanyang koponan.
Yes, he's helping out his team captain, Calado, who just went out. So we'll be seeing more of him in this set.
Franz Racasa. Encarnacion, Turonquillo. Good recovery there by Cacao. Havelona attacks and hits zone 5.
That was a great adjustment. Leading ang FEU with 24 set point and DLSU with 20.
Set point tayo. Isang puntos na lang ang kailangan ng Tamaraos and they will have a 2-0 lead in this game. Let's see what De La Salle can do. De Jesus, the attack. A better defense pinakita ng FEU that time. Securing second set. Pagbalik po natin, set number 3. This is still your V-League. Back at the V-League, 25-20 in the second set. Same score ang pinakita nila sa first set. FEU lamang ng 2 against the De La Salle Green Spikers. As we take a look at the highlights of set number 2. Ana, anong difference ang pinakita naman ng Tamaraws dito sa second set natin?
Well, I think Tamaraws had parang mas nag-loosen up sila inside in a sense that medyo nag-slow down din yung speed nila as compared to the first set. Meanwhile, DLSU picked up on their speed and their composure inside the court. And we saw more attacks with 13 attacks from both teams, 0 blocks from DLSU, and 5 for FEU, and 1 service ace for FEU while DLSU has none. So with opponent errors, we have 7 for DLSU and 6 for FEU. So I think tagkalamangan din sa blocks.
So the defense, no, itong Tamaraws, which really made the difference dito sa set 2 natin.
That's true. And on the first set, DLSU showed us more blocks than FEU.
So let's see what kind of adjustment ang gagawin ng koponan ni Coach Aaron Velez in set number 3. This is a deciding set para sa Tamaraws. I would say they have more to lose now against De La Salle. And drawing first blood again, the Green Spikers. Set 3 is underway dito sa V-League Collegiate Challenge classification match between these two teams. Serving is their setter in Simon Encarnacion. Over receive. Now Ronquillo to Espejo. Ariel, back set. Saavedra drops it. Good recovery by the Green Spikers. Espejo, kinulang yung atake.
Kudos to DLSU's libero, Guerrero. He was all over the place. Parang nilalampasan niya na yung court just to provide coverage for his teammates.
Yan yung bihirang mapansin kasi, no? Yung the liberos of both squads. Pero if we take a look at them, at how they do their thing inside the court, grabe din yung trabaho. Unfortunate error again from the Green Spikers. Miscommunication that time.
That was a great setup. Good defense, good set, but nasaan yung atake?
Nasaan yung kukuha ng bola? And in this set number 3, any errors, especially the unforced ones, very crucial para sa De La Salle. Cacao. Calado attacking zone 5. Pero may net error tayo. Score will go to De La Salle.
It looks like the setup was too near the net.
Oo.
Nahampas niya pati yung net.
Si Calado pa naman parang galit na galit tuwing i-spike siya.
Parang buong kamay niya talaga kasama dun sa palo niya.
Pati katawan.
Totoo yan. Lumilipad eh.
No. Back set. Calado, babawi. Good recovery by the men in white. Quick attack there.
At binawi ni Calado yung error niya kanina.
That's Abunyawan.
Oh,
With the attack.
parang pareho na kasi yung galaw nilang lahat eh. Very synchronized.
Yun yung yun yung luxury meron si Ariel because ang dami niyang attackers dito or spikers that they can just jump and score para sa kanya. Saavedra nandyan, Havelona nandyan, Calado nandyan.
Itaas mo lang yung bola, papaluin.
Oo. And again, offense, defense. Havelona blocking that specific play. Single blocker worked para sa FEU. Ngayon, lamang na naman sila ng 2.
FEU has been very consistent yung sa mga players niya sa loob. Parang everybody has almost the same scores. Contributing in every sense they can.
Service error meanwhile para sa Tamaraws. 3 serving 4. JJ Rodriguez, a product of LPU Cavite. Good serve, and that's an ace.
That was an amazing serve. Sobrang dikit sa net and nag-float pa.
Parang yun yung mga napakahirap bantayan na klase ng service. No? In fact, even from our vantage point, parang hindi tatawid eh.
Yung kakabahan ka pa kung papasok ka or hindi. Siguro siya din kinabahan. Yung viewpoint din niya, no?
Ariel, quick attack Bunyawan. Malakas score para sa De La Salle. Tied game tayo. No, they're up by 1 now. 5, serving 4. Correction sa score. Miski ako nalilito na.
Dahil dikit na dikit yung score ngayon. Let's see if they can keep up. If DLSU can actually take the lead for this set.
That service will sail out in favor of the Tamaraws. Tied game at 5. Set number 3. A set to lose para dito sa Tamaraws. They would want to go home early. Ang De La Salle naman, they would want to have this extended as they still want to be in the running to win this game.
Ikaw ba, Nori, ano ba yung prediction mo dito? Do you want to extend or do you want to go home?
Naku, wag mong tatanungin ang broadcaster ng ganyang question kasi alam mo ang sagot.
Neutral tayo dito.
Yes. Nevertheless, however many sets we cover, we still try to bring you the best we can. Especially we are at the V-League, which is the best collegiate tournament there is in the Philippines. All good coverage there coming from the Tamaraws. Extends the lead to 2 points again.
That was a good regalo attack coming from Domingo.
Jepoy Abunyawan, a product of FEU Diliman. Encarnacion, back set to Ronquillo. Good recovery there from Cacao. Medyo napalakas yung pasa ni Abunyawan and De La Salle capitalizing.
I like how De La Salle is actually being very aggressive in this set, that they're taking advantage of the errors and they're trying to get a hold talaga of the first, the net.
Avelona. Encarnacion, galing sa likod, Ronquillo. Ariel. Saavedra, the lefty. Good coverage by the Green Spikers. Calado naman. And that's gonna be a net error and a point will be awarded to FEU. And this is going to be the first technical timeout of set 3. FEU up by 2, 8-6. Up next, NU Bulldogs and the Perpetual Altas. That's going to be a semi-final action. Dito pa rin sa Paco Arena. 3 p.m. po yan. Susundan naman yan ng Ateneo versus UST. Both of them are in the semi-finals. Kita nyo naman, the Altas are early on in this arena. And as early as now, they're already preparing.
Pero nasaan ang NU?
Hindi lang nakunan ng camera siguro. Pero I'm pretty sure that they're already inside the arena or somewhere in the arena trying to prepare for their match as well. Meanwhile, dyan sa service kanina ng FEU, that was an error. At ito naman si Jules De Jesus now for the Green Spikers. Cacao to a running Havelona scores.
Havelona has also been scoring a lot for FEU this match. Everybody.
Everybody is.
Well scattered yung plays talaga.
Oo. It's a match to recover para kay Ariel Cacao. I think it's more of him trying to prove that, you know, the loss against UST is just a hiccup.
And we're allowed to have hiccups as athletes.
Yeah, of course.
We are.
You know, perfect, di ba? There's an off night also. There's an off game.
But as long as talagang we have to show it off where it matters talaga. And hopefully for their next UAAP season, those hiccups will be lessened.
And that particular sequence, De La Salle scoring against FEU, 9 serving 10. So they cut the lead to just 8 points now.
That was an overreaching error for Abunyawan.
Encarnacion, a product of De La Salle, Sobel in Lipa. Ace para kay Encarnacion. Somehow, no, as we look at how the game panned out, or is panning out, because it's still continuing, Encarnacion is proving to be a steady setter also for De La Salle.
Yes, he just had a bit of a warm-up start nung first set, but now he has control.
The quick combo play again, Calado scores. Grabe yung communication ng Tamaraws, very on point, no? Out of the broken play, nagkaroon pa sila ng ganong, how are you able to execute such?
I think that's the secret to all relationships, even teamwork talaga. That's communication. And here we have Ronquillo with a clean spike. Let's look at that replay. That was a clean cross-court spike, walang nakabasa.
Babalikan ko lang yung sinabi mo, that's key to a relationship.
Teammates,
Teammates,
diba?
yeah. Hindi, pero
When
tama.
coaches.
Tama alam mo yung tinginan na lang, alam mo na yung mangyayari.
Yes,
Ganun din yun, di ba?
that's true. Because even in your team, you're also establishing friendship, diba? That's also a relationship. And that's what sets you apart from other teams as well, yung communication nyo inside.
Yung mga non-verbal communications.
Na kahit off na yung bola, alam mo saan pupunta.
Meanwhile, De Jesus attacking zone 6. Javelona unable to respond. And now De La Salle is up by 2 in set number 3, 13, serving 11. And it will be Andre Espejo who's
Kala
going to
ko
be
Mark.
serving. Mark. Another service ace. And in this part of the game, De La Salle is leading by 3. Timeout muna tayo dito sa side ng FEU. Let's listen in.
Yung talagang di mo marireceive, ang ginagawa lang, kumukuha na ng target eh. Tatapatan mo lang mismo, tulad yan, in between the two of you, sinong re-receive. Tulad nung kanina, walang kakarga-karga yung service eh. Ang kailangan na receive. May ball distribution naman, tama naman. Yung atake, tama naman. Saan tayo nagkakamali? Receive. Ha? Yung first attack, hindi tayo maka-atake. Yung kombinasyonan, okay eh. Yung first attack, doon tayo nagkakaproblema. Doon tayo Bawi na.
Coach Ed or Julio reminding his team that it starts with a receive. Dahil nakita niya na tina-target na sila ng kalaban, ng Lasal. And what you can do for that is, yung coach talaga was criticizing the exact, like how to do and what to do. Kasi very basic nung gusto niyang mangyari. Tatapatan mo lang talaga. And especially that you know that you're being targeted, hindi ka pwedeng magpatalo dun.
Calado, meanwhile, a little too strong on that attack. And another point for De La Salle. So coming from that timeout, although maganda naman yung receive, unfortunately on that particular attack, it did not work for the Tamaraws.
And when you actually target a player in the court, it also affects the player's mindset. Kasi parang they see you as a weak link, so it gets to your head sometimes. But he's a captain, and we'd like to think that he has experience and he doesn't let that pressure get to him.
Meanwhile, 15-12. Lamang ang De La Salle ng tatlo, and this is Franz Racaza, a 21-year-old outside hitter, will be serving. And that's an over-receive, unfortunately, again for the Tamaraws. Hindi nila na-recover ng maganda yon. Second technical timeout tayo. De La Salle up by 4, 16-12. Yes, sir. As we get back into the game, let's listen into a report from Megan Cabrera. Megan, take it away.
Nori, in terms of leadership, game captain J.M. Ronquillo and general team captain Rap Sumalinog says they've accepted this role, and at this point for them, it's about their whole team accepting their roles and sticking to their responsibilities. Now, as they try to keep this ball game alive, the captains remind their team that they should play for the name of the school in the front of their jerseys before the names on their back. And in the set, Coach Aaron specifically said, lahat kayo bibigyan ko ng pagkakataon dito. Walang dapat bumigay. At bago ko rin ibalik sa inyo, batiin natin si Captain Rap Sumalinog ng happy birthday, kaya malalaman natin kung sasaya palalo ang selebrasyon ni Rap mamaya. Nori and Ana?
Didagdagan na natin yung pagbate, Megan. Happy birthday kay John Rafael Sumalinog. Celebrating his birthday today. Although, sana nga sumaya sila if they can extend this game further. Meanwhile, yung report nga ni Megan, no, good job para dito kay John Mark Ronquillo, JM, as we call him, for taking over that leadership role in the absence of Vince Maglinaw and Noel Campton. So let's see how this game will pan out para sa De La Salle. Although they're down by 2 sets, pero in this set number 3, they're up by 3 points now. 17-14 ang ating score.
Alam mo, Nori, kanina, nung bago mag-start yung game, binati ng FEU si Sumalinog na happy birthday. So I think that's actually really nice. Especially like even though your opponents in the court, it shows that you have friendship outside.
Importante yun. You remain competitive in-game but friends out of it.
Healthy.
Encarnacion to Jules De Jesus. Dumabas. They're trying to plead their case, pero the official said nope. It's gonna be for FEU. Timeout muna tayo. Let's listen in.
Good yun. Okay? Ito na yung panahon na ma-maximize mo siya. Kailangan na may lead. Pwede mo ba? Nangyari, hinga ka.
Mapatigay ako.
Wag na, hinga ka na maayos. Okay? Oh, maganda yung nakita mo yung line. Pero again ha, last part, katulad yung learning kanina, last part, kailangan yung consistency. Mas may conviction yung gagawin natin. Huwag kayong half-hearted. Yung block natin, hindi na yun panahon na small jump. Jump to block talaga. Okay, hinga, come on, come on.
Coach Aaron Velez emphasizing the 3 C's: consistency, conviction, and commitment to end this set.
Ang lalalim nun pang life coaching yung binibigay ni Coach Aaron para sa kanyang mga players. And you know, for those of you watching, if you, of course, naririnig naman natin yun, no? It does not only apply to volleyball. Encarnacion, meanwhile, to Ronquillo. Muntik makahanap ng butas. Castañeda. Medyo mahina yung atake na yun. And that's a broken play again by the Green Spikers.
I think Encarnacion tried to drop the ball behind dun sa likod niya dito sa zone 4. Kaya lang, kinapos. Good effort on his side though. That was good eye.
Dom Castañeda in the game in place of Ariel Cacao. A steady setter also para sa kupunan ng FEU. De Jesus the attack and he scores.
De Jesus is really proving to us that he will be the reliable spiker for the team.
Dalawang kalamangan ng Green Spikers. Set number 3. Jules De Jesus from Santa Maria, Bulacan. Castañeda to a running Javelona. Drops it. Good recovery by the Green Spikers. A little short. Franz Racaza.
Nakapigil yung hilinga ng lahat
Oo.
sa drop ball na yun.
Yung talon niya medyo wala sa timing eh. No? Tapos napailalim na siya sa bola.
I think his intention was to really drop the ball, kaya lang masyadong halata na sa body language niya.
De Jesus pa rin will be serving. They're up by 3. Castañeda to Javelona. Sabado, maganda ang intensyon. Malakas ang palo. De La Salle will extend their lead towards the tail end of set 3. 4-point lead. 2016.
We have a substitution on the Tamaraw Spikers. Cacao in and Saavedra in.
Coach Orculio rather, reacting very quickly. Binalik kaagad si Cacao at itong si Saavedra in place of Castañeda and Sabado. The service is going out. Sabi ng ating lineman, service out. Cuts the lead to 3 points, 17 serving 20.
Papunta na tayo sa exciting part. Kung makakahabol ba ang Tamaraws or will DLSU actually close the set?
Del Pilar the quick. Cacao, again, Cacao, whenever he does that, he will score.
And he knows the perfect timing.
At saka alam niya kung saan dadalhin. Laging very smart player, I would say. Havelona again will be serving. 22-year-old outside hitter. It will sail out. Balik sa tatlong kalamangan ng Green Spikers, Nat Del Pilar. Sa kanya naman nakatoka ang pagsiserve ngayon.
The pressure is now on FEU's side to lessen their unforced errors. Dahil mukhang napapadami this set.
Cacao tried to do the same play. This time, oh, the Saavedra lefty.
And that's what Coach Ed is looking for when he subbed them in.
Herald Domingo from Aritao Nueva Vizcaya will be serving for FEU. They're just down by 2 in set 3. Encarnacion to Espejo. Cacao, Racaza against 2 blockers. Espejo, the defense of Tamaraws prevailed.
That was a closed-off block against LaSalle's Espejo. Nakadikit na ngayon ng FEU with 20 and DLSU with 21 points.
Herald Domingo nasa service area pa rin. Will they be able to tie this? Encarnacion to Ronquillo, finding zone 5.
Ronquillo found that sweet spot in zone 5.
22 serving 20. The setter, Simon Encarnacion, will be serving. De La Salle. That's an error for them. They would want to win a set to get a crack at still winning this game against the Tamaraws. Kaya lamang sa tail end, medyo errors ang pinapakita ng De La Salle ngayon. And will the Tamaraws be able to capitalize on it? Let's see. Encarnacion backs it to Ronquillo. The defense of Racaza was there.
Now we have 22-22.
Tied game tayo. Timeout muna. De La Salle, let's listen in.
Constant parati. Basic is very important. Kasi kahit na ano mangyari, lalo na sa last part, basic skill, dyan tayo Dyan tayo kakapit. Okay? O ngayon, kumpiyansa. Play your game. Pag gayang di kita na, wala kayong ibang pagkakatiwalaan kundi ang sarili nyo ngayon. Enjoy what you're doing. Have conviction on what you're going to do. Let's go! Let's go!
Coach Aaron is emphasizing that pagpatapos ng laban, doon pa din tayo sa basic skill aasa. So he's advising his team to play your game and trust yourself. So ngayon naman ang ating lesson is to trust yourself.
Madami tayong napupulot na lesson galing kay Coach Aaron Velez dito sa game na to. Encarnacion, meanwhile, will they be able to respond? Unfortunately, oh yes, they can. There's a touch coming from the Tamaraws, which they seem to be disputing at this point. But the point has been awarded to De La Salle already. 23, serving 22. Espejo, the service. Ariel. Racaza, strong. Tied game at 23.
Let's look at that. 5 That's a 5 spike. Mataas at sure na sure.
Franz Racaza, meanwhile, they will try to break this and take the lead back from the De La Salle Green Spikers. Encarnacion to De Jesus. De Jesus will score.
Itong si De Jesus, he really makes sure that when he's given the ball, he really makes it a point.
Silent scorer, silent worker para sa De La Salle. Meanwhile, timeout tayo. Let's listen in to Coach Ed.
Tapos block. Pag nag-counter sila, kailangan block. Linisin natin yung block, linisin natin yung depensa. Ano tayo doon, ha? Mag-jump muna. First attack muna tayo. Mag-focus muna tayo. Pasa. Pasa, ha?
It looks like Coach Ed or Julio's strategy is to strengthen their defense. So once they serve to La Salle, or rather they have the first counter attack, they're gonna make sure that their blocking is on point.
24 serving 23. This could be the sequence that De La Salle is waiting for. Saavedra, the lefty. And finally, for De La Salle, they win this set number 3. As they try to extend this game, they still have a crack at winning this. Pagbalik natin, set number... As we are back here at the V-League Collegiate Challenge, FEU 2, De La Salle 1. Set number 3, pinanalo ng De La Salle yan. Now let's take a look at the highlights of set number 3. Ana, De La Salle won that set.
I have... Wow. Wow na lang yung nasabi ko kasi hindi natin in-expect yun eh. Parang where did that come from?
Yeah.
But they were able to pick up and they were able to communicate well inside the court at nagkaroon sila ng go-to and trust with each other. Katulad nga nung mga very quotable quotes ni Coach. So we have 10 attacks for FEU and 7 for De La Salle, while FEU has 3 blocks and La Salle has 0. But they were ahead with 3 aces and FEU had 0 and 15 opponent errors, while FEU has 10 opponent errors. So I think the opponent errors really made a big difference for LaSalle. So I think FEU has to minimize that um, for them to be able to get this set.
Finally, for De La Salle, it took them 3 sets to gel together and win a set. Pero set number 4 is underway and the pressure is mounting on the side of the Tamaraws. Remember, in the quarterfinals, FEU won the first 2 sets also against UST, pero UST took sets 3, 4, and 5, and that is a heartbreak loss against the Tamaraws. So FEU definitely don't want that same thing to happen in this game.
That's true. Dahil very devastating yun na you work so hard for the first 2 sets only to end up losing.
Oo. And set number 4, tied at 1 tayo. Let's see what is in the minds of their team captain Mark Calado as he serves. Encarnacion to Ronquillo. Banak, muntik pang magka-miscommunication doon. Havelona, good recovery by De La Salle. And that is a little too strong para sa Tamaraws. De La Salle with the lead, 2-1.
Masyadong dumikit yung buwelo ni sa Avedra sa net, causing him to get a net violation for that regalo spike.
Rodriguez will be serving for De La Salle. Cacao, quick attack, Abunyawan. Havelona, good recovery by Rodriguez.
That was a 1-2 play.
Off the block point, Jules De Jesus.
It looks like DLSU has the momentum and they're planning to keep it this fourth set.
And Jules De Jesus, no, sabi nga natin kanina, very silent worker, a very steady spiker para dito sa De La Salle in this particular game. Havelona meanwhile, Espejo the dig. De Jesus again. This time the blockers of Tamaraws had it.
Too bad that there was no coverage for De Jesus for that spike. But good job for Abunyawan closing that spike off.
Jepoy Abunyawan will be serving. 3. Encarnacion to Del Pilar. The quick one is good.
We haven't heard from Del Pilar in a while, but looks like he's here to play.
2-point lead by the Green Spikers. JM Ronquillo will be serving. Ariel Cacao to Calado. Look at that jump, at that timing from the back.
That was so far.
Parang mabibitin yung talon niya, yung bola, but he still was able to have that.
Yung leap niya palipad na. Lipad.
That's good, that's good. Banak, Cacao drops it. And again, surprising everybody from the Green Spikers. Tied game tayo at 4.
Sabi ni Kakao, tama na tong kaguluhan na to. Ako na lang.
Drix Saavedra from Igbaras, Iloilo, 19-year-old. Encarnacion to Del Pilar, and Del Pilar is scoring in this particular set. Second point para sa kanya.
Looks like DLSU is very ganado for this fourth set. Let's see if they can keep it up and close this set.
Calado and Havelona will spike this. That's too strong. 2-point lead now by the Green Spikers.
That was too high coming from an offset. He was under the ball. So he had less control over it. Kaya napasobra.
The momentum slowly is getting back to the side of De La Salle. Cacao, naitawid ba? Hindi na maitatawid dyan. And that's another point for the Green Spikers, extending their lead to 3 points in set number 4. Havelona will be taken out for the meantime. Codilla papasok para sa koponan ni Coach Ed Orculio.
Let's see what Cordelia will bring to the table as De Jesus serves the ball.
Cacao to Cordelia, quickly scoring for the Tamaraws.
Medyo alanganin yung talon na yun.
Pero para sa kanila, walang alanganin eh.
Parang wala lang, no?
I mean, we've seen how Calado jumps for his spikes, and this time it was Cordelia's turn to show everybody that this guy, I'm also athletic.
Lilipad din ako.
Jomel Cordilla, tawag sa kanya si Kuds from Ormoc City. Binati natin, nag-service error tuloy.
Babawi siya sa defense.
8 serving 5. And this is the first technical timeout dito sa ating set number 4. Magbabalik po kami. This is your V-League. Sabay sa banyo. As we get back into the game, let's listen in to a report from Megan Cabrera. Megan, what do you have?
Nori, after failing to close out in 3 sets, the Tamaraws are trying to learn from their mistakes. Team captain Mark Calado says they failed to take the UST game because they faltered in crucial moments, and that cost them the semis. It was more mental for them failing to close out. So going into the set, Coach Ed gives the boys a wake-up call to clean up their basics and get their act together. Ika nga ni Coach, di pwedeng puro salita. Kailangan nilang magtrabaho. Nori and Anna?
Thanks, Megan. Tama nga naman. Hindi pwedeng puro salita. Kailangan gumawa. And sabi nga natin kanina, we observed the same thing. This is the same situation they had against NU the last time out, or rather UST the last time out, and they don't want a repeat of that.
Yes, sabi nga nila, no, ng isang famous person, action
Famous
speaks
person.
louder than
Sino yung
words.
famous person?
Hindi ko na na-track eh, pero famous siya.
Tama. Meanwhile, Ronquillo, the drop. Iyan yung attacking nakakasira ng depensa.
Nakakasira din ng elbow dahil yung bagsak ni Cordelia doon medyo malakas.
Balik sa
Pumlak na.
tatlo ang kalamangan ng De La Salle. 9 serving 6. Simon Encarnacion serving. Ariel, quick attack there. Good recovery by the Green Spikers. Ronquillo again. This time, the defense of Tamaraws is there.
And that's the blocking first defense that we've been looking for from FEU that they've had in the past 2 sets.
Cacao the service. They're down by 2. Espejo. And that is an error, and another point is going to go the side of FEU. Cuts the lead to just 1 point.
Nakakatakot yung mga leap nila.
Mga lipad nila.
Oo, kasi di mo na nakikita yung lalandingan mo eh.
Espejo that time. Will it go in? No, it won't. And another point to FEU. Tied game na naman tayo at 9. Ariel Cacao pa rin nasa service area from Talisay, Batangas, a 22-year-old setter. Encarnacion, this time a quick one. And it's going to go in. That is JJ Rodriguez scoring.
That was a quick. That was a good setup, ha? At punlacing lang ni middle blocker of LaSalle.
Andre Espejo. Cacao, binatak pa yon. Mark Calado dropping it to zone number 3. As we take a look at this, the left-handed tip of Mark Calado against De La Salle. Tied at 10.
It seems that Calado has been medyo quiet throughout this game. Not the usual 27-pointer.
Meanwhile, service error by Mark Calado. So De La Salle again will regain the lead, 11 serving 10. JJ Rodriguez will be serving. Saavedra, malakas yung palo. And again, 2-point lead for De La Salle. 12 serving 10.
It looks like FEU is having a hard time controlling their attacks.
Parang medyo nawala yung intensity and the momentum from the side of FEU, no? It's something that they need to regain if they would want to win this in set number 4. Meanwhile, may service error tayo coming from De La Salle. The lead is down to 1, 11 serving 12. Abunyawan will be serving. Encarnacion to De Jesus. Good rejection by the Tamaraws. Ronquillo naman ngayon. Cacao, the back set. Saavedra, good recovery defense. De Jesus blocking it off. Or was it Del Pilar? I think it was Del Pilar who blocked that. Let's take a look at this replay.
It was a combination of both. And that's what we call saradong block.
Pasok ang service ni JM Ronquillo. That's an ace. Extends the lead again to 3, 14-11.
DLSU is actually one of the best servers for this league, ranking in 3rd. So we don't expect any less from their serving. Ang dami na nilang service aces.
Saavedra, good defense by La Salle. And that is out. De La Salle with the momentum. Up by 4. 15-11.
It looks like FEU is giving away points for DLSU.
Cacao. Calado from the back. Whenever Mark Calado attacks from the back row, it's just amazing to watch how this guy controls himself mid-air.
It's like they have 5 offensive players. Sama mo na din yung setter kasi bigla na lang siya nagda-drop eh.
Saavedra with the service. Encarnacion backs it to Ronquillo. And that will lead us to the second technical timeout of this set. La Salle up 16-12. We will be back. We are still at the V-League Paco Arena pa rin for the second game classification match between De La Salle and FEU. And in this set number 4 na tayo, De La Salle 16, FEU 12. It seems to me na medyo nabubuhayan na itong De La Salle squad and they are trying to extend this into a 5-set game. What do you say about that, Ana?
I mean, sino ba namang hindi matutuwa kung binibigyan ka na lang ng points, di ba? From the unforced errors that FEU is committing.
Meanwhile, free ball tayo. Ariel Cacao to Calado from the back. Nabitin yung atake. That's another point to De La Salle. They're up by 5 now. Kanina binati natin the way Mark Calado controls himself. Unfortunately this time, nabitin yung kanyang atake. Palitan ng tao muna para sa FEU. Castañeda and Sabado will come in. Cacao and Saavedra will be taking a much needed breather in this game.
Because I think FEU is able to set up there's no doubt. They have plays, maganda yung bigay ni Cacao, pero the attackers are not working for FEU right now.
Meanwhile, Jomel Codilla, empathic attack there for FEU is good.
Now we have Codilla for the service.
I'm definitely sure that Coach Ed Orculio would not want an extended set or an extended game para sa kanyang kupunan, because if that happens, Ana, the momentum will definitely swing the side of De La Salle.
Yes, and to think that they don't have Noel Campton inside their most reliable go-to spiker.
Jomel Codilla will be serving for the Tamaraos. Encarnacion to Del Pilar. Castañeda to Calado, decides to drop. There is an error and the point will go to the Tamaraos. Cuts the lead to 2, 15 serving 17.
It looks like the substitution for FEU is working for them. It was their much-needed mix-up inside the court.
Codilla pa rin, nasa service area as they try to inch closer. Unfortunately, service error yan para sa kanya. Balik sa tatlo ang kalamangan ng De La Salle.
Let's see how they will make up for that service error.
Credit to the efforts of the players from De La Salle, no? After missing their main two guys dahil nga may laro ng beach volleyball, they are playing as a team now. Somehow they were able to make adjustments. Calado meanwhile drops it. Encarnacion back set. Quite a rally we have here. Encarnacion, kanino pupunta? And that's a good score. JJ Rodriguez with a quick attack.
That was a great setup and decision-making from LaSalle's Encarnacion. Very unexpected dahil nagkakagulo na lahat, no? Tapos binigay niya lang sa quick. At quickly na ipatay ang bola.
Castañeda to Calado. Strong, good rejection there. Sabado, off the block point. Balik sa tatlo. Ang kalamangan na hinahabol ng FEU, 16 serving 19.
This is such an exciting match, Nori. Parang hindi ko na alam kung ano yung i-expect ko.
Siyempre, itong FEU squad kasi talagang ayaw na nilang ma-extend pa ito. Meanwhile, JM Ronquillo from the back row sending the ball away.
What a clean spike.
Kita naman natin JM Ronquillo accepting and embracing the leadership role in this particular game.
And I'd also like to commend Encarnacion for setting up the ball really well.
Meanwhile, that attack by Calado went out to the dismay of Mark Calado. Is trying to plead his case dito kay referee Giovanni Vargas. And referee Giovanni, tinawag ang lineman. And let's wait at the final decision. That is in. So it matters sometimes when you plead your case and appeal, because, you know, the call may be overturned.
Parang nasa korte lang. Let's look at that replay. Napakanipis
Pasok.
naman kasi. Baon na baon. First line.
Saka grabe yung atake ngayon and very sharp. Ano? And, you know, kudos to Mark Calado not letting go of that particular call.
It's his role as a captain to be assertive.
Assertive and firm na polite pa rin.
Yes.
Otherwise,
exactly. Yellow card yun.
yellow card yun.
Now we have
17.
Cacao in.
17 serving 20. Ariel Cacao, the service. Encarnacion to Espejo. Strong attack, finding zone 6.
Yung mga Espejo talaga, napakalakas ng mga open spike. Nobody saw that coming.
Balik sa apat ang kalamangan ng Green Spikers. Espejo, the serve. Ariel. Calado, binatak na lang, drops it. In this tail end of set number 4, Ana, it's such a tight game that we don't know yet who to call this set is for.
Ayoko na din mag-predict, no?
Encarnacion, kanino pupunta? De Jesus attacks. Good defense by the Tamaraos. Overset ni Calado, and that's a gifted point para sa De La Salle. Balik sa apat ang kanilang kalamangan.
That was actually a play that originated from the Japanese teams na nadadala na din dito sa Philippines, that we saw that from other teams in B-League as well, but medyo hindi lang maganda yung pagka-execute.
Ariel Cacao to Saavedra, and that time Saavedra will score, cuts the lead to 3. Sabi mo nga, exciting itong matchup na to, much more in this tail end. Palitan ng puntos itong dalawang koponan na ito. But if this is the case, then it will be for the benefit of De La Salle. Encarnacion to De Jesus, good rejection there by Saavedra. Free ball. Ariel, Saavedra the lefty. De Jesus naman ngayon. Domingo, good recovery by the Green Spikers. Ronquillo. Quite a rally we have. Good recovery by the libero of the Green Spikers. Now De Jesus drops it. Will it go in? No. It is gonna go the way of the Tamaraos. Cuts the lead to 2 points. Timeout muna tayo. Let's listen in.
Dito tayo. Wait up. Oh. Boys, magandang ginagawa natin. Basta walang titigil. Diyan mo yung from block, transition. Tatlo yung spiker natin, di ba? JM nandito. Kuha. Harap. Tumakbo ka. Medyo loop ha. Takbo. 4 lang na pagitan. Okay? Huwag natin itutumba masyado. Tapos shoot kay Jules. Pero magsisimula yun sa pasa. Okay? Kakalas tayo ha. Ito.
Alingin mo na papaluin. Nandiyan si Mena. Sa likod.
Coach Aaron is giving out instructions as the set ends, that kino-confirm niya na maganda naman yung ginagawa ng La Salle, but they shouldn't stop midway, and dapat tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagkilos. And it always starts with a pass.
I like the way Coach Aaron is coaching his team in this particular game. No? Ang tawag dyan, positive coaching eh. Meanwhile, sa laro muna tayo. Codilla attacking, finding zone 5 for the Tamaraos. Cuts the lead to 1.
Everybody is on heat. Look at that open spike.
Excellent set again from Ariel Cacao. Making use of all his spikers. This time, Abunyawan ngayon, nasa service area. Encarnacion to Del Pilar. Will they score? Good save from the Tamaraos. Encarnacion. Del Pilar ulit, finding zone 2. What a sequence that is. Take a look at this replay.
When he's given the ball, he really makes sure that he scores.
23 serving 21. Everybody's up on their toes.
I think he's a very good in success rate, no, na spiker.
Saavedra, the attack. Lucky break for Saavedra kasi medyo malakas yung palo niya. Tikip muli tayo, 22 serving 23. Pinapawisan na yung kamay ko dito sa sidelines.
Para bang naglalaro ka din, no?
Oo. The service by Vic Saavedra. Encarnacion to Del Pilar. That's gonna go in. Set point De La Salle.
Speechless from everybody on the court side.
Sometimes you're just gonna run out of words. Timeout tayo side of FEU. Let's listen in.
Bawi lang, bawi lang. Bawi lang. Kapit. Receive, kailangan lang natin receive. Tapos kailangan makatake tayo ng isa. Tapos, linisin ulit natin yung galaw. Okay, dandahan lang. Yung kung saan nanggagaling yung quick yan, doon ka lang tumapat. Galing sa sado, sumarap ka, doon ka bumlock. Pwede drop ball niya, ipasok mo lang yung kaya pumapasok yung bola niya kahit drop ball. Nandito yung net, nakaganyan ka lang. So pag tulak ng bola, gumaganon talaga. So kailangan nakapenetrate ka dito sa pinaka-kabila. Binablock mo eh, di ba? Oo. Pasok. Sagayin lang natin. Kaya sa receive ko.
It looks like Coach Ed or Julio is seeing how Del Pilar of LaSalle is a very effective spiker and that kailangan siyang bantayan. He's a threat to FEU.
Jules De Jesus will be serving. Cacao, Calado from the back. Good rejection there by the Green Spikers, pero mukhang lumabas yung bola. And so the point is gonna go to whom?
FEU is contesting that it was an outside.
And the point is awarded to the De La Salle Green Spikers as they win set number 4, 25-22. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going 5 sets. Pagbalik po natin set number 5. Dito pa rin sa V-League Season 14 where it all started, and this is going to be set number 5 later on. First 2 sets, nakuha ng FEU. Yung huling dalawa, kuha naman ng De La Salle. Highlights of set number 4, Ana.
Well, I think FEU lost their attacks and dumami din yung unforced errors on their part. And DLSU was just remain consistent, waiting for FEU to make a mistake and then take advantage of it. And they were able to close the set because of that.
And one good observation na binigay mo nga kanina off-cam, no? But before that, set 4 stats muna tayo.
So FEU has 13 attacks while DLSU has 12 and 3 blocks for DLSU while FEU has 2. 1 service aces for each while DLSU has 9 opponent errors and FEU has 6. So dumami din talaga yung opponent's errors ng FEU.
And also, credit to the silent worker. Ito yung gusto kong sabihin kanina. No? Simon Encarnacion, the setter, who took over from Gene Poquita, really silent. Di natin halos maramdaman, pero the way that he sets up his teammates, talaga namang.
And he also sets up himself. Yung mga drop ball niya na very unexpected na hindi din na-expect ng FEU that was converted to points.
Set number 5 is underway. And again, the Far Eastern University Tamaraws, Anna, they don't want a repeat of what happened to them during the quarters in a loss to UST because parang ganito rin yun eh. They won the first 2 sets, lost the last 3.
And if this is becoming a habit, then it's a problem for FEU and their coaches.
First score, nakuha ng De La Salle. Herald Domingo, meanwhile, tying it at 1 in set number 5. So who is it going to be in this final set? Parang back to 0 ito eh.
Ito, clean slate for everybody. And it's really just time for you to show off whatever you have. Lahat ng baon mo, ilabas mo na.
De La Salle, that attack was rejected by the Tamaraws. Dalawang blockers, inabangan si Jules De Jesus. Mark Calado in the service area.
Namarkahan ni Mark.
Ronquillo, meanwhile, off the block point, ties the game at 2. Sit back, relax, hold on tight as well, because we just don't know who this game is going to go to. It turned out to be an exciting one.
It looks like I can't relax. I'm on my toes.
Cacao to Saavedra, the lefty, too strong. And De La Salle seems to be having the laugh right now. They seem to be the more composed of these two teams.
And this is what FEU has to avoid for this set. It's the opponent, I mean the unforced error on their part. Kasi dun sila nadali noong last set.
The quick attack, this time off the block point naman para sa Tamaraws. Good set by Ariel Cacao that time, tied to 3.
Let's also see how FEU will be able to manage their attacks kasi parang kanina pa ang dami nilang mga not over, outside.
Service ace meanwhile, Herald Domingo making Aritao Nueva Vizcaya folks proud. Etong mama na ito, very silent worker din para kay Coach Ed. All throughout the tournament, hindi masyadong loud yung performance niya but very steady. Encarnacion to Del Pilar, that quick attack again.
Del Pilar is serving as the De La Salle's go-to attacker for their points.
Tied at 4, JM Ronquillo. The in-game captain, Calado. Palitan ng puntos, Ana, both squads. Not a foot wrong so far, although may mga konting errors here and there. Pero as we progress in the set number 5, palitan ng puntos.
Parang nabuhay na kasi yung katawang lupa ni Calado dun sa fourth set na yon na feeling nila wrong call.
Drix Saavedra, another service error para dito sa FEU. We are tied at 5. Jules De Jesus now. Ariel, kanino pupunta this time? To Saavedra, drops it. Saavedra normally will really spike strong, attack strong against the opponents. That time, decides na ihulog na lamang yung bola.
Looks like everybody is working for FEU now.
Encarnacion naman ngayon. Ronquillo galing sa likod, malakas. Gives up a point to FEU. That's a 2-point lead now by the Tamaraws. The guys in green will be serving is JJ Javelona. Andre Espejo. Banak the receive. Saavedra again will try another drop. And that is another point for FEU. 3-point lead na tayo. 8 serving 5. we're looking at the squad here of Coach Ed Orculio. And itong grupo na to, Ana, no, this is the usual 6. Meanwhile, timeout tayo. Let's listen in.
Nagagawa ng trabaho ha, huwag kayo ma-distract. Kahit na naman tawag yan, di mababago yan eh. Ang importante, kung anong gagawin nating sistema. Okay? Nakita na, sa offense ng offense. Yung block lang natin, di ba? Kung saan naman nakaharap yung quicker, half jump, pero kailangan penetrate. Hindi tayo pwede mag-ganito kasi di-deflect lang yon. Okay? Alam na natin yung area kung anong bablockin natin. Kaya nga na, nakapwesto tayo sa floor. The thing though, hindi tayo eager na papaangat yung bola. Naghihintay lang natin matouch yung bola. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Dapat agresibo pa rin tayong depensa ng maayos. Okay? Let's go. Let's go.
Coach Aaron Velez's one of his final instructions as we're nearing the end of the 5th set is to not get distracted and stick to the system that we have inside the court. Kasi yung sistema, pinapractice talaga yan inside the court. I mean, during training pa lang, di ba? So, you know this. You know this by heart. And that's what we're training for.
And this is only a race to 15. This set number 5. Another error, a rare error by Simon Encarnacion. And gifting FEU another point. 4 na ang kanilang kalamangan.
Everybody, even the people watching at home, better watch out because the 5th set is gonna be fast. Di mo alam, in a blink of an eye, tapos na yung laro.
Off the block point by the Tamaraus. 5 na ang kanilang lamang. 10 serving 5. Good adjustments were made in this set as early on dito sa pagsisimula ng set number 5. Mukhang De La Salle yung merong momentum. So good adjustment on the side of Coach Ed Orculio and the rest of his squad as they are now up by 4 as we approach the tail end of set 5. 6 serving 10. Del Pilar the service. Ariel, quick attack, Abunyawan.
A great attack with a great setup and a perfect dig. And that's what we've been waiting for FEU to show up again for set 5.
11 serving 6. Jepoy Abunyawan. Encarnacion. Calado. Good recovery by the libero of the Green Spikers. Ronquillo attacking zone 5.
Napakabilis na ng mga plays. Nagbabalikan na lang sila ng mga matitinding palo.
That back row attack by JM Ronquillo is a killer.
Ang ganda din ng pihit niya papunta dun sa zone 5 eh.
Simon Encarnacion. Magandang pinakita nitong batang ito sa larong ito ngayon. Domingo meanwhile, quick attack as I go back to Simon Encarnacion in the absence. Timeout muna tayo. Let's listen into the huddle.
One thing, di ba? Nakakapasa sila, kaya meron ng quick. Pero more than anything yung skills, ayoko mawala yung attitude. Till the last, matagal pa yan. Pero kung may isa sa atin dito, kung mawala agad na may lamang na yan, hindi natin makakapture yung winning attitude. So, give them a hard time din also to get their point. So, push more. Pero, ang blocking natin, hindi tayo timing. Doesn't matter, kailangan magbilang tayo. Recognize, identify. Ngayon, they have 2 spikers still, right?
Yes, Coach.
Oh. Tulong muna doon sa quick. Abang tayo doon sa dulo. Let's go!
As we reach the end of the 5th set, Coach Aaron still reminds his players to stick to the system with their blockings because when you're playing volleyball, there's a neutral position that everybody has to stay in before you go to the targeted na kalaban.
Let's see how they respond to that timeout. And respond they did as they scored another point. Cuts the lead to 4. 8 serving 12. Andre Espejo from Taguig City. the quick attack Domingo. In this set number 5, quick attacking Herald Domingo is the go-to guy of Ariel Cacao.
And Cacao has been distributing it very well that hindi na aabangan ng DLSU blockers kung sino ba yung papalo.
Mark Calado, the service. They're up by 5. Ronquillo. Good point para sa De La Salle. Apat muli ang hinahabol nila. 9 serving 13. JM Ronquillo continues to perform for De La Salle.
He's really proving to us that he's very reliable. At ayun nga lang, nagka-service error.
What a way to commit an error. Ill-timed.
And that gives us match point for FEU. Naku, mapapanaginipan niya yan hanggang pagtulog niya mamaya.
Herald Domingo, the service. Match point tayo. Encarnacion to Ronquillo. Good rejection by Havelona. Lock point for FEU as they have won this game in 5 sets. Mapapangiti na ngayon si Coach Ed and the rest of the FEU Tamaraws dahil hindi nangyari yung kinakatakutan nila na same output in that quarters against UST. This time, they really secured the win against De La Salle 3-2 and took them 5 sets to win this.
Pinatagal pa nila yung game na to. Kung mananalo lang din naman pala kayo.
Meanwhile, let's turn you over to Megan Cabrera, who has the best player of the game. Megan.
Thank you so much, Nori. And that was definitely a massive comeback for FEU. And our best player of the game, Ariel Cacao, our setter. Ariel, after nung heartbreak loss nyo sa UST, alam nyong ayaw nyo nang maulit yon. And definitely, sabi ni Mark kanina sa akin na nag-fall short kayo doon sa mga crucial moments. Ano masasabi mo na nagawa nyo yon this time around?
Ayun, yung pagkatalo namin na yun, hindi yun wala lang, hindi basta natalo lang kami. Sobrang napakarami naming natutunan dun sa game na yun na nai-apply namin ngayon sa ganung sitwasyon din. Ayun lang po.
And bounce back, you did exactly that. Ariel, kung may gusto kang i-shoutout at batiin, ito na yung chance mo.
Ayun, binabati ko po yung family ko sa Batangas. Nanay ko po, yung mga kapatid ko po, yung mga tito, tita na sumusuporta po dyan palagi. Tapos yung teacher ko po ng elementary, si Ma'am Laarni, si Ma'am Edlin. Ayun, tsaka po si Frances po. Thank you po.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you and your team. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Megan. And again, congratulations, Ariel Cacao, making Talisay Batangas proud. Game highlights tayo dito sa pinanalunang laro ng FEU Tamaraws.
As you were saying earlier during this match that it's up to Cacao if he's gonna make up for last game's loss. And make up he did. Giving everybody a chance for the FEU to have great offensive attacks.
Oh, palagay ko, pinakabalang nila si Coach Ed Orculio na pinaabot nila ng 5 sets. Sabi mo, kaya naman pala. Bakit hindi 3 na lang?
I think
O
hinintay
4 na
nila
lang?
si Coach Ray dumating, yung head coach nila, di ba?
But again, kudos to these guys, no? Although extended set tayo at 5, they were able to show their composure. And in that set number 5, in the beginning, akala natin ang momentum nasa side na ng De La Salle because may mga errors here and there ang FEU that time. Pero they recovered and they finished it strong.
Bumalik yung gigil nila na medyo nawala nung 3rd and 4th set. So, that's very good because they were able to bring it back. And minsan, mahirap din kasi gawin yun eh. But they did.
But credit also, Ana, dito sa koponan ng De La Salle, in the absence of Vince Maglinaw, especially their main man in Noel Campton in terms of scoring, they were able to establish that there is a Simon Encarnacion who provided various excellent sets para sa koponan na ito.
Yes, and he set it up very well for his attackers as well. And De Jesus, who showed us good performance today in the absence of the main opposite spikers. I mean, open spikers.
Coming up next, it is National University Bulldogs versus the Perpetual Altas. This is now semifinals volleyball. This has been Nori Uy with Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera. It's still your V-League Collegiate Challenge. Be safe and God bless.